All right, so we're back.
We're back from what? We're just starting.
I don't know what the hell we're back from.
We're back here. With
Listen, this is
Bucco.
not your show, Carmen.
Yeah.
This is our show.
This is our
now
show.
we're on
You're
your
a guest.
show.
You're a guest on our show.
Right. Oops, sorry. Let me turn that down.
I used to actually have to sit on a pillow when Matt was my co-host because the shiny head that he has used to kind of blind me.
That wasn't why.
Camera's there.
It wasn't the shiny head. It was.
What was it?
It was because I'm 3 feet taller than you and about 4 feet wider than you.
Right.
And so about 200 pounds
like,
heavier than me.
Well, that's the wider part, Carmen. You didn't have to announce that.
And the taller. Give yourself,
So I actually missed these guys.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So anyway, Carmen, we just watched you give a speech. We were so proud. It was like watching our little boy up there, give his first recital at school. His first starring role in the play.
I actually drew a sweat up there.
Yeah, well, it's scary, right?
It's
talking
tough.
to people.
It's but I'm used to it, right, with the show.
But it's different when there's people looking at you.
Well, that's true too.
Yeah,
that's
it's
right.
very different.
We're usually in my little studio.
Exactly. The only one that you have to entertain there is me.
Right.
I know that.
He's easy.
Right.
So let me just real seriously for a
Should I
second
go get
here.
a pillow because
I know. Why don't you just sit on your knee, like fold it under you? You mentioned something in your speech at the beginning about the rec director, I believe, and then you didn't get back to it.
Right,
What's that about?
Look, the reality is people out there actually think. Why are you touching me?
Sorry. Go ahead.
The people actually out there think that because of my running mate, my goal is to eliminate the rec director.
Now, explain that. Because of your running mate, what he wants to eliminate the rec director?
No, he doesn't want to eliminate the rec
So
director.
where did this come from? Let's dispel this rumor now.
Look, let's look at reality, right?
Okay.
When it comes to politics, people get emotional when it comes to politics.
Yeah, they do.
Absolutely.
And it's the reality is always selective listening, right?
Right.
So people hear what they feel is reality. When I tell people all the time, look, always go to the horse's mouth. Don't listen to what other people. Or what is it?
What?
Wait. What is it? Go to the. What is it? Listen, it's been a long night.
You're thinking of Mr. Ed.
Not
Go
Mr.
right
Ed.
to the source and ask the horse.
Right to the source and ask the horse.
Right. He'll give you the answer that you endorse.
He's always on a steady
Give you the
course.
answer
Talk
to
to
the
Mr. Ed.
Right.
Thank you.
So
Nick
where's
at night.
Mr. Ed?
No. All right. So
look,
go ahead.
People have a tendency to spread rumors because why? They actually they're afraid of something, and you should never be afraid of your job if you're doing your job.
Right.
My focus, and I had a conversation with people from the rec center.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, listen, tell me what you need to make it better for the kids. That's all I care about.
So
I don't need to eliminate a position. What I need to know so I can fix it when I get elected is what are you missing? Right? So if you're missing something that's impeding on our kids from doing a better job and and having a better lifestyle, how could you not be open to that? And why would you go out and assume that my intention is to get rid of me? No, my intention is to help you, help the kids, to take the rec to another level.
If that person succeeds, the person leading it, the kids succeed in
Absolutely.
turn. Right.
It's just like school, right?
Yeah.
When you're in school, you want the best teachers possible, right?
Absolutely.
Because if you really look at it, and nobody, what's funny is nobody looks at your small communities as a business, right? Mm-hmm. When you look at your small community as a business, because it is,
Yeah.
inevitably, bottom line, accounts receivable, accounts payable, right? Mm-hmm. So you have to be accountable for those funds that are going out. So, unbeknownst to people, I've been working hard during this campaign, and I've been focusing on finding ways from the county to find ways to, number one, because one of the biggest complaints is our parks, and I saw it firsthand, right? One of the parks looks really nice, and I hear that someone in town or someone, whoever got the bid, I don't know how true it is, I don't want to put it out there, but I did hear that someone is volunteering donating product to the project. How awesome is that?
That's awesome. Yeah, it's really
good. You don't find that.
No.
But see, here's my thing: is there's more of it out there. right? So I was talking to someone from the county today, and I said, listen, our rec building needs help. And I walked in.
It needs help. Specifically what?
Look, here's the thing. When I walk down the avenue and I see a rec center and I see this big curtain in front of the rec center, I want to see what's going on with these kids.
What's the big curtain?
It's just, it blocks the window. And it's like a business, right?
Uh-huh.
These young kids are the product of the future of Kenilworth.
Right.
Whether it's Kenilworth, I don't care where it is. Whatever town it's in. These young people are going to be living in this town. They're going to be the next generation to take this town and move this town forward. Right? So why are you covering windows?
So what you're saying is right now the attitude is pay no attention to the man behind the curtain, and you're saying, hey, let's put up a nylon curtain.
I don't care if it's nylon. See what's going on in your rec center.
Right.
Be able to go in your rec center and have it more inviting. So my goal, when I get elected, is to find the funds and help raise the funds, even if it's from outside sources. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people who will invest in children these days.
Right.
That people don't go off there. Whether it's by a grant or whatever, there's resources that we can go after as a community.
Right.
To take that rec center and make it state of the art.
Yeah.
Without spending tax dollars. Because the rec department is one of those departments that has to be what you call self-sufficient. Mm-hmm. Right? So it has to justify its cost and spend its own money. It can't put money on the taxpayers. So as a taxpayer, my goal is not to increase taxes, to increase the level and beautification for our kids in this town. We're going to go out and we're going to put a team together that really wants to volunteer and go out and find other monies. Yeah, so I deal with athletes.
You're saying is you can make it better without raising taxes, without raising the cost to the taxpayer.
Absolutely. Right. And people get scared. Oh, wait, you're doing something to the rec center, you're going to raise my taxes. Mm-hmm. No, that's not the case. I deal with athletes. I know a lot of athletes that actually go out and they actually help fundraise. Right? Like that Play 60.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Our kids need that. Right? They need it. You know, the rec center is a safe haven when you think about it. Mm-hmm. It gives these kids an opportunity, instead of sitting behind a computer and playing video games, it gives them the opportunity to get out and get active, which is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's so much better to be out. And so the parks that I've seen in the area, I've only driven by them, but they seem nice.
Listen, the parks in the town are gorgeous. They need work. Right? Yeah. The park around the corner from me, there's a park that, everybody's talking about on Facebook that we got a bond for and we got a grant for. And here's another thing about politics, and a lot of people tell me they don't go to the council meetings because guess what? Nothing gets done anyway.
Right.
Well, I'm setting up a forum to finally make things that the concerns, and I don't say complaints because we know as humans, right? We like to complain.
We do is complain.
So the object is to focus on the concerns and the issues.
Right.
When you focus on the concerns and issues, and you prioritize what those issues and concerns are, and look, don't put a Band-Aid on them. Fix them.
Right.
Because the problem is you put a Band-Aid on a problem, right? You take off the Band-Aid, and it could break open again.
Right.
If you're going to do things, do them the right way or don't do them at all. You know me, right?
Yeah.
For years we've been together. When I make a suit, two. When I make a suit for a person,
we're starting our second year. Yeah.
When I make a suit for a person, if I'm not going to do it, if I'm not going to do the job correctly, then I don't want to do it because I lose the passion and the feel.
Right, and your name is on the line.
So when you do something in Kenilworth, Kenilworth's name is behind that project. So I'm going to say, if you're going to come in and you're going to bid a job, you better do it right. Mm-hmm. Because I want to put stipulations in there. If it's not done right, then you know what? You're fixing it for free.
Now, so let's say you get in. Both you guys get in. How many people are on council altogether?
7.
7. So it'll be you 2 Republicans,
right,
and then 5 Democrats.
Yeah.
Or okay. Are the Republicans running in other? What do you have, wards here, or how do you do it here?
No, it's the town-wide election.
Town-wide election, okay. Right. And you are the only 2 Republicans running.
Correct.
So if you get on the board or on the council.
On the council.
You're going to have 5 Democrats that you're going to have to convince to go along with this stuff.
Look, it's not about convincing, right? And I say this all the time, and I said it in my speech, right? There is no right, there is no left.
There's only up.
There's only up.
So
or down.
So in other words, the choice is between do we improve or do we keep going down the tubes?
Here's what we have to stop, right? As a community, we have to stop with the antic that we can't do it. We're not going to do it. We don't like this person. We don't like that person. Look,
but that's the way everybody is now all throughout the country.
No, and I get it.
On every level. So how do you overcome that?
You work together. What I'm asking. You come up to each other honestly, hash out your issues. I'm the first person. Come to me straight. Tell me what you don't like. I take criticism from clients that are millionaires. And like, why don't you do it this way? You know what? I'm going to take your idea and I'm actually going to think about it. And it's going to sit in the back of my head. And you know what's funny? It actually comes out. And I call that person and I thank them.
Yeah, so you're a guy who isn't too proud to say, you know what? That's a great idea. I didn't even think of that. I can do it, and you implement it.
Listen,
and everybody wins.
People who know me will know this. I don't need to be the biggest man in the room. What I need to do is find a way, if you have an issue, sit with that issue, talk about the issue, find a resolution. If you can't find a resolution, call in the experts.
Right.
Do you know I don't go to anybody in this town to get my information. I use the resources that I know that I've built up relationships and respect over years to get the information that I need. Because the reality is politicians are going to give you what they want you to hear. The people that you build an honest and respectful relationship with are going to give you the true answer of what needs to be done.
Right. And so I would say from what you're telling me, what I'm hearing is I'm not hearing the words of a politician. I'm hearing the words of a leader.
A citizen.
A citizen leader, because a leader pulls from everywhere. A leader doesn't do everything himself. A leader is not a one-stop shop. He is the person who is able to say, this guy is good for this, I'm going to use him, and I'm going to lean on him for this. That guy is good for that. This woman is good for this, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
So,
and you do what it takes to get the job done.
Right. What does a good leader do? A good leader train. Right. But I'm being honest.
Okay.
So I was about to buy a business in Arizona. Oh. And the guy keeps asking me, he goes, why do you keep saying we when you're the sole owner of this company? I said, because the company as a whole is a team. And the team behind the company as a whole, my manufacturers, my resources, my this, my that, there's a team behind what makes my company run efficiently.
Right.
Right? So the goal is, and council's goal, or council and mayor's goal, is to sit at a table, hash out what you don't like, but please stop the, I don't like this person, so I'm not voting your way.
Right.
You know what?
Or I don't like this party.
Right. That's why your town goes downhill. And if you guys look at the voting polls and the registered voters, you will start to see unaffiliated voters, which are basically independent voters, are starting to destroy Republicans and Democrats because we're tired of the same old status quo.
Yeah.
And
is it very partisan here? Are you? I mean, because not too long ago on your Facebook page, you put up a picture of your sign only a day or two after it was put up. You had a sign on stilts, like wood and 2x4s, knocked down.
Listen, that stuff doesn't bother me, man. I got more important things to worry about.
But I mean, it seems to me that
it's sad that what's
on this level. I mean, I know on a national level that's always done, right? But on this level, people are that partisan, they're that divided.
Look, no offense to anybody, but I mark it up as jealousy, right?
Okay.
People get afraid of change.
Right.
And naturally, when you make a change, it's like, oh my God, you've disrupted what I usually do. But now you have somebody who is an out-of-the-box thinker, right? My truck, for instance. I got to the Shark Tank 3 times. I just didn't get on the show, but I got to the 3rd round 3 times. The reason why, and the reason why investors look at me today, is because of out-of-the-box thinking.
Right.
And how do you grow and make a difference
and
to better your company or your town?
And you don't quit.
No.
I know you. I've known you for a year and 2 months now. And
I thought it was 2.
Well, we love each other that much, Carmen, that it feels like we've known each other a lifetime.
Forever.
But I can say that you are a guy who gets an idea in your head and you don't let go. And just when I think he's given up on that because I haven't heard anything about it, you call out of the blue and you say, "So remember that thing we were talking about? Well, now we can get it done." So, I can vouch for you. Not that my word matters to anybody watching this because they don't know who I am, but that is exactly how you are. You're a guy who says what you're going to do and you get it done. And you might not hear from you for a while, but that just means you're working on it. And you haven't gotten the answer yet, but you're getting there. And I think that's especially on a town council, that is a really important thing because unlike a congressman or a senator or a president, you are accessible.
Right.
People can come to you, and so to be able to look somebody in the eye and say, "Mrs. So-and-so, I will look into this and I will get this done for you," and then not do it is you got to be a certain kind of scumbag. And I hate to use the word scumbag on this very serious thing,
you're right.
but I mean it. As a voter, right. I think those people are scumbags. So I like that you do follow through. You've said a lot of things to us as your producers, and unlike all the other people that have said a lot of things to us, you're the only one that's actually come through on them.
Well, and I appreciate you saying that, but that's just how I'm built. And the fact is if
you're
I
also
tell
built
you,
smaller than I am.
I know,
and it's bugging me looking at
if I give you an idea,
yes,
right? Behind that idea has to be a platform to get to that idea, right?
Right.
So if I don't have the ducks in a row to get to that idea to accomplish it, I'm going to just let things ride when I have all the resources. Now I'm able to come to you and say, guess what? Now we can move forward and get this done. Right? Because the problem is for so long in any town, we promise you we're going to do this, and then a year comes down, and we promise you we're going to do this. Same promise, year after year in campaigns goes on. And I'll tell you, as God is my witness, promises are made to be broken because they're always broken.
Right.
Right? So look, I say that you have to have some kind of accountability.
Right.
And that's one thing that I'm about, right? If a client calls me, I jump on the issue. And I face the issue head on. I've made mistakes. I'm human. If you don't believe I'm human when you cut me, I bleed red. I'm human. I make mistakes. Am I going to make mistakes when I'm up in council? Probably.
Let's demonstrate that right now. Do you have a knife so we can cut him to see if he bleeds red?
I will tell you this.
Reaches in his pocket.
I will own that mistake, and I will run right into it.
Yeah.
So,
no, and that's refreshing for me to hear. I wish I could vote for you, Carm.
Look, it boils down to accountability. We have to find a way to make people who give our services accountable for what is going on.
Yeah, I agree.
And there's a way to do it.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, listen. Looks like everything's
November 7th.
November 7th.
Column B.
Fred Puglisi and Carmen Bucco.
That's right.
Puglisi.
Thank you so much. Puglisi.
I wrote it out phonetically.
It depends on,
on what
if you eat
region
pasta
of
or
Italy
you like
from.
sauce.
Yeah, okay.
Like Bucco or Bucco.
If you eat pasta or you like sauce,
yeah.
Do you mean, isn't it something about gravy and sauce?
Same thing. If you eat pasta but you like sauce.
But who doesn't put sauce on pasta?
It's gravy on pasta, I keep hearing, but I disagree.
Gravy
I believe
is meat
it's sauce. I agree.
Right? And sauce is
it's
not
tomato
meat.
Tomato. We can go through this all night long.
It's not. It's meat and not meat. It's Almond Joy and it's Mounds.
I like Mounds. I don't
November
like
7th,
Mounds.
Column B. Come out and vote.
Right.
Carmen Bucco, Fred Puglisi.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. God bless.
See ya.